Leroy Nicholas, who is the co-founder and CEO of Sweet Science Foundation. No. I've got to tell you something about this man. Because, it's all right, I won't go there. Look, some of the other things I do, I work with gangs doing intervention programs, so-called gangs. I'm also an independent educational manager. I go into secondary schools and pupil referral units as a troubleshooter and put in improvement programs in those places. There was a pupil referral unit that used to exist in Tower Hamlets on the Isle of Dogs. And I've got to put this in context because I don't know if you're familiar with pupil referral units, but that's the place where if you're permanently excluded from school, that's where they send you, yeah? Now, the PRU that I was told to come in and do some work for, it was a PRU where all the youths were just running the place. The educators were scared of actually being there. It was a PRU, there was a PRU of a PRU, meaning that if you got kicked out of school, got sent to a PRU, and then got kicked out of that PRU, this was the PRU you were sent to. It was your last chance salute. And when I got there, I couldn't believe how they were running the place. So I implemented some intervention programs. One of those programs was Sweet Science Foundation. And in a matter of not months, but weeks, with this brother's help, with the pure knuckleheads, and well, I'm talking about young people that had childhood trauma, just like how you saw Clarissa Shields, came from dysfunctional families, they were involved in county lines. I'm quite sure that some of you know what county lines are. And within a matter of weeks, with this brother's help, their behavior was turned around. In a matter of weeks, some of them came out of the gangs, they came off the street, they put down the knives. Within a matter of weeks, the brother even saw that work experience for them. This is tremendous work that he does. And it's a shame that this type of work is not financed enough, backed enough. And the community, you all need to back these type of brothers that do this type of work. Can you do that? Now you can give the brothers.
Yeah, I thought it was first of all, thank you for the invite. I thought it was a fantastic film. It's the second time I've seen it. And I still watched it with the same sort of fascination.
Right.
It's great that you see how they didn't really hit you over the head with the fact that, you know, she was a black woman and how she struggled to get endorsements. They let you fill the gaps in yourself. I thought that was fantastic. Excuse me. And films like that are so inspirational. I mean, the reason I started boxing was because I went to see Rocky.
Right.
I used to get bullied and stuff like that in school. Right. And if it hadn't been for Rocky, I wouldn't be here. I mean, it's quite poignant as well. You notice that Carl Weathers died here today.
Right, yeah, that's
and
right.
It was him who got me into boxing.
Right.
It's completely him. I wanted Rocky to win, because you've got to, because that's the movie. But I was looking at Apollo Creed like, wow, this guy, I want to be like that guy, I want to be like that guy.
Yeah.
So movies like this should be shown in schools. There's a couple of little bits you've got to cut from them, I think, if you're showing it to young kids. But yeah, I think that's really inspirational. And just like to point out, there's 4 ladies, including Serena here today.
Go ahead.
Okay. You've got Rita up there.
Please, can you stand, please? I think maybe
Don't be
shy.
Okay.
Please don't
Rita.
stand. No,
That's
come on.
fine.
We need to hail you up.
They're humble.
Please.
They're humble. Come
So
on,
we can
stand up.
there you go.
Valentina, where's my little Valentina, my pocket rocket? Thank you. Thank you, ladies, as well as Serena, who I worked with in schools. Only Serena's gone on to actually compete, but let me tell you, you don't want to mess with any of those girls over there.
Believe me, I don't know. I'll see what you can do. I believe that.
So I began boxing just after the 2012 Olympics when Clarissa won her gold medal, and that was actually the first ever Olympics where women were allowed to compete. So in 2008 there was no Women's Olympics, so it has come a far way in that aspect. And I feel like where I did start, I was about 10 maybe, 11 in 2012. And I feel like Clarissa, there's a couple English girls, I don't know if you've heard of Nicola Adams, but she was a black girl. She ended up winning the gold as well in that same 2012 Olympics. And I feel like they did pave the way for girls like me who, you know, look like them. And for me, coming into boxing, I didn't actually deal with a lot of adversity or any sort of hardship, because I feel like they were there before me to sort of inspire people like me to start boxing.
I didn't have any discrimination as such while I was boxing, in the actual boxing fraternity. I came across it, and like I said, that's one of the reasons that I started boxing, was because of sort of, racism and stuff. I felt some of that in the crowds in some of the places that I boxed and things like that.
Sure.
But less and less as time went on, obviously, less and less. In terms of female boxing, I think there's still a battle to fight there. There's, we've got 2 daughters, and I always see the things that they're up against in their everyday life, and the discrimination. You still got the Williams sisters who are still fighting for equal pay in Wimbledon, which isn't happening yet. So there's a battle to be had there, and that's down to our sort of preconceptions of women in sport. But films like this, and ladies like Samina, are breaking those barriers down, which is what we need on the daily.
How do you think, because this ties into the exact work that you do, so how can boxing be used for social change? So it's not just about the discrimination within the industry of boxing itself, but how can boxing be used as social change? I know that Ali was also one of your heroes, and I know that, and you know, and some people know that he used it for social change. So how can boxing be used for social change in moving forward?
What we do, Sweet Science Foundation, we're going to have an effect on what the other question was, funny enough, before, the lady up there, and that is getting these young ladies, we work with men as well, but getting these young ladies to realise what strength they've got, and I don't just mean physical strength either, which they've got, which is unbelievable, but also the mental strength, and make them realise that anything is possible, that they can do anything that they want. None of these ladies that I've worked with here are people who are going to sit down and be told what to do. They're people who are going to fight for it, and I'd love to believe that I had something to do with that, with helping them see that strength that was always there. Samina's not going to be quiet when she leaves the game or whatever. She's going to be fighting for her place. I know that. She's got that mental strength and that drive. So if we're teaching these young ladies, children, what they've got, what direction they can take it in, then you're going to see it happen. It'll happen a lot quicker than it's happening by people just offering it. These guys are going to go and take it.